Are you finishing your career studies and have no idea what to do? Do you feel stuck after your first job and feel unsure about your next step? Do you feel you haven't found your passion yet? You're not alone. I had these exact feelings 5 years ago. It's definitely a stage of my life I wouldn't go back to. But I made this video in hopes of giving you some ideas or new directions to consider. I would like to talk about my experience in university, all the struggles and adversities I had, and how I overcame them. How I jumped into a solo project that took me 1,000 hours to complete, and eventually how I managed to get hired as an artist in most recent popular films. So yeah, it's a story time. And to celebrate, I grew my beard a bit because now I'm old and wise. Yeah, let's go for a walk because that's where stories are told. And please, hold my arm. I'm old.
I would like to make a small disclaimer here, even though I don't like disclaimer. This topic is very subjective and it really depends on your life scenario and context. So take anything I say with a grain of salt.
Am I right, Batufa? Am I right? Am I right?
So it's September 2014, and you may be wondering, why am I on my pajamas? And, well, the answer is I'm old. So it's the last year of my university degree, and I have no idea what to do with my life. No clue. Zero. I'm drawing a blank. The time to decide what to do as my final degree project comes, and I think to myself, okay, I seem to not be passionate about anything, but there's surely something that resonated with me during my career and something I want to at least see if I enjoy enough. And important here, the word enjoy, it's not passionate. In my experience, there's never ever been a moment where I felt a clear passion surrounding my career. If that's your case, perfect. But there's a good chance your passion is not even work related, and therefore you cannot build your profession around your passion. So I suggest you ask yourself the following question: what have I enjoyed the most? My answer, in my case, is 3D and game design. And what I do is I decide to combine these two things in a single project in order to see what fulfills me the most. So with that in mind, I decide to create a 3D fictional environment where I can interact with animals and maybe experience a small story. Easy! So with the 3D generalist knowledge I gained from working on the project, I find a job. Interestingly enough, months after that, I realized that within 3D, animation is clearly the area I enjoy the most, which leads me to the next very important point. You will know what you enjoy the most until you try it in a real scenario. And you may be thinking, working towards getting a job is very hard, let alone only to see if it's something I enjoy. To what I answer, it's true, but you don't need to work in a real job. You can create a context that is as close to that job as possible. For instance, you can team up with friends and during a month work 8 hours a day on a specific project and test a specific skill you think you like. So create this context that is as real as possible and try. You won't know until you try. I never felt a great passion surrounding animation, and to this day, after 5 years, I still don't. It's something I really enjoyed and I wouldn't change it, but I would have never known if I never got a job that had to do with animation.
What a nice little spot. What a nice little spot. Hola. You don't want to know how I managed to get this angle.
So time passes by and it's spring 2016. I have finished PolyWorld. Well, not really. I finished 2 episodes from my PolyWorld short film. And the reason why is because, again, I planned to do so much. I envisioned such a long episode that by the end of the deadline, I just couldn't manage to to finish it all. So I decided to split it in different episodes, and I just managed to finish episodes 1 and 2, which I'll link in my description below in case you want to check. Now that I know that animation is the thing I want to do, it's a matter of focusing my spare time on only doing animation stuff. But then I arguably make a very big mistake, which is I decide to use the assets that I didn't manage to finish on time from my short film, and decide to do a big third episode with them, but this time focusing more on animation because that's the thing I want to do, right? Sadly, it's not the best idea. Sadly, it's not the best idea. It takes me another year to finish the episode. By the end of it, I'm again a good, decent generalist and a mediocre animator. 2 years have passed and I haven't accomplished what I had set for myself, which was to get better at animation. And I fell straight off my path. It did not matter that I had a decent job, good salary raise. I just felt something was wrong and I was not tackling it. I just didn't feel happy or fulfilled. So what I suggest, if you resonate with this, is that you focus your efforts in going straight into that direction. Don't waste your time doing other things that won't lead you faster towards that goal. I didn't for 2 years, and by the end I felt very unfulfilled. So I strongly recommend that once you know the direction you want to take, you go directly for it on your spare time, personal projects, friends, whatever fits. So to fix that, I decided to finally focus on animation because that's the thing I wanted to do. And I invest on a workshop online for VFX creature animation. And after 3 months, I already learned more animation than my last 2 years alone at home. And damn, it feels good. So after that, to me, no-brainer, I should have invested in specialized education sooner. It's true that you can work alone at home and there's people who are very productive this way. But to me, there was no equal to having somebody from the industry holding you by the hand and leading you to the right direction and helping you avoid common roadblocks and just in general sparing you a lot of headaches and struggles.
Shut up!
So now it's June 2017, if I'm not mistaken, and it's even more unfulfilling because I can't find a job in animation and I feel even more stuck. During this time, PolyWorld gets selected in Mundos Digitales, which is a VFX and animation festival in Spain, and I get invited for free. So from then on, I visit as many festivals as possible and become and educate myself with the stories of successful people and peeps of the industry. Regardless of my short film getting selected, me getting a salary raise, and overall becoming a better artist, I don't feel happy. The reason why is probably the most important thing I want you to take from this video, which is it's going to take you years before you feel content about your professional life. It's an emotional roller coaster, and probably the vision you have at the moment about your future will change drastically during the next years. And the sooner you get comfortable with this idea, the better. What's very important is that during your professional career, you try things out, you move forward with patience and a lot of determination. Eventually, after all my hard work, Senpai notices me, London, and I get hired as an artist for previous animation in Fantastic Beasts 2. And my life changes colossally. And that's a story for another video. There's a phrase I read somewhere on the internet that I really resonate with, which is, luck is a combination of opportunity and preparation. If you're not prepared, there's no trick here. It's really a matter of putting your hours down. But patience, it's a big struggle. It's going to take years. If you get your work done, it's a matter of time. So that's it. Thank you for sticking with the video until the very end. Leaving a like is the way that the algorithm notices me and spreads the video among people that are interested in similar topics. So really appreciate if you do so. I can't stay here now. Bye. Bye-bye. 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 Bye.